Okay, it just occurred to me in the previous video, we never actually tested or got this far, but no big deal. So the reason, well, let me start over here. What we want to do here is in the on rep, we basically just want to have a delegate that fires off, and we're going to do the same thing for the firing, so that way we can have the fire animations and such play. We're going to do this via a delegate. So what we're going to do is in the firearm, the actual actor, we're going to bind to this delegate that's in the firearm logic component. So when it fires off, we want to perform the animations. Now, the way we're going to do this is going to handle the actual potential, loading the assets, the reload animations from disk into memory. It's going to handle the timing issues, for us. So that way it's only going to actually perform those animations if they are loaded into memory. So the way we're going to do that is let's go to our firearm.h. We can go to let's see, I don't think we actually no, we did not. So we need to override one of the functions, and that is going to be the on bundles loaded. So make sure to call super, but basically on bundles loaded for the SKG firearm class, this will fire once the asset bundles have, finished loading into memory. So anything marked with these asset bundles here, once they have finished loading into memory, this function gets called. So hopefully you can kind of see where I'm going with this. So what we want to do in here, since we know everything is good to go, we want to go ahead and bind to whatever delegates that we need that involve those animations. So in our firearm logic component, we can go ahead and make that delegate. So let's declare it here. So declare, we don't need this to be dynamic or a multicast, in our case anyways, that I can think of. So we're going to do declare delegate, and I can't imagine any parameters that we might need. So declare delegate, and let's call it f on reload. So we have on reload. Let's go ahead and set to on reload. And inside of the on reload, the on rep reload trigger, we want to we want to execute if bound. And just to get rid of the warning, const will be executed. So we're going to call the reload function. The server is going to replicate it once it runs its logic from the ability. Both the local client and the server are going to call the reload trigger themselves. And this is going to simply, execute that, delegate. So that delegate is going to be bound in the firearm inside of on bundles loaded. So once everything is loaded, then we know we can actually respond to this event and we don't have to worry about much else. So we can grab the firearm logic component, grab on reload, and we want to add, let's see, what is it? It is a bind uObject, pass in this for the user class, or the user object rather, and we need a function. So a firearm, let's just call it on reload. So let's make on reload, and that'll be, let's see, where do we want to put this? We'll just put it right here. So void on reload, and that'll be that. So once we reload and we're received, we're right here. So here we can actually perform the montages, and the animations themselves actually. So for the firearm mesh component, we want to play the animation, and the animation we want to play, we need to fetch from the data asset. So get PDA firearm, we want to grab the firearm reload animation. And then looping, we're going to set to false because obviously we don't want to loop, but we need to do dot get. I keep forgetting because these are soft object pointers. So this won't take care of the empty reload logic. So we're actually going to need to change this to a one param. So declare underscore delegate underscore one param. So go back down to here. Oh yeah, that's right. We need to tell it what parameter that is. So we're going to do a bool, and we can't give it a name because it's not a I believe it's a dynamic delegate that requires names. I'm not 100% sure. But basically, for now, we're just going to pass in false. But realistically, we need to kind of figure out some logic. So, like, hey, is this an empty reload, for example? So we need to modify the on reload and pass in a bool. So const bool, let's do b empty reload. So if it's true, we know we need to grab a different animation. And I'm actually going to change this just to a const bool as well, because why not? Okay, so in our on reload, we can do that check. So if b empty reload, we can grab a certain set. Otherwise, we grab a different set. And at the end of the day, we end up calling play animation. So we can actually kind of do this through a ternary operator as well to stick this kind of on two lines. So the first thing we want is a U animation asset. So this will be the firearm reload animation. And this is going to be B reload, or sorry, B empty reload question mark. So that's going to be kind of like our if else, so to speak. And if we are empty, we want to get the PDA firearm, and we want to grab the firearm empty reload animation. Well, .get. Otherwise, we want to do the kind of the exact opposite, which is the get PDA firearm reload animation .get. Next up, we want the U anim montage, and this will be the pawn reload montage, and same thing. If it is a empty reload, we want the pawn reload montage. Actually, we only have one, so it doesn't really matter. So we need a f name instead. So f name, this will be the pawn reload section name equals b empty reload, get PDA firearm, and we want the reload empty section name, and otherwise we want the reload section name. So that wipes out the if else. So real quick, what we're doing is we are getting the correct firearm reload animation and the correct pawn reload section name for the montage. So it all based upon this Boolean. At this point, we can go ahead and grab the firearm reload animation, and then next up we'll have to grab the pawn, figure out which mesh to use, and kind of go that route. But for now, we're going to keep it quite simple with just the actual firearm reload. So I think we are pretty much ready to give it a try. Let's go ahead and compile and launch. So we activate the ability, call reload. Reload is going to increment the reload trigger, which we're going to have to do some kind of wrapping, so to speak. So if we get, say, to, a value of 254, we want to, revert back down to 0 and that sort of thing. But either way, we end up in the on rep, which broadcasts that delegate which the firearm is bound to, which should in turn play the animation. So let's see. Let's go to the DA 1911, ability info, and add the reload ability. Let's go to the BAR, do the same thing, reload ability, and now we just need to bind it. So let's go to our core, inputs, ability inputs, add a new entry, and we have the ability input reload. And let's make a new input action. So IA underscore reload. We'll use that. Save it. Go to context, IMC abilities, and also add in that reload input action, and we're going to bind it to R. So save that. I'm just going to save all just in case, and we should be good to activate that ability. So we press R, and it's actually really hard to tell because we can't see the magazine. So I'm going to press R, go to the side. Yeah, I'm not really able to tell at this point. So let's see. Let's go to our pawn. We're going to grab the camera, rotate it 90 degrees, bring it down and back, and we are going to uncheck use pawn control rotation. So this way we can kind of, see to the right. Okay, so that's on the low side. So let's bump this up to about the head. Go back a little more, and we'll go just in front. There we go. Now we can actually kind of see. So we press R, and as you can see, it is performing the reload. Well, it performed it once because we don't actually have a, what do you call it? A end ability. So I'll switch weapons, press R again, and there was the montage. As you can see, there is a slight glitch in the BAR. I had filled most of it, but you can see through it. So we know that everything is working there. Now let's go ahead and try it in terms of replication. So we're going to clear out the transform of the camera and re-enable use pawn control rotation. Let's play with 2, and we will do we'll start with the listen server. Let me go ahead and turn off network emulation because I just do not want to have it for this, and play as new editor windows. So as the client here, let's have the server watch. We press R. There we go. And same thing, client views the server. Press R, and there we go. So we know everything is pretty much good to go, and we should be fine client to client as well. So just to confirm, press R. That's good. Press R again so we can see this guy. And there we go. Okay, so that is good. That means our reload montages and everything like that are actually working. They are replicating, and we don't really have much to worry about. So the only thing I do want to do, though, is basically if the reload trigger is, say, what do you want to call it? Greater than, actually, we can move this inside of the authority now that I'm thinking about it, because we don't really care about the reload trigger value in this case. We just need that to replicate for others. But basically, if the incrementing of the reload trigger is greater than, let's see, do they have anything about the byte size? Let's see, what is byte max? Okay, so we're going to use byte max, and we don't want to check if it's greater than or equal to. We more so, let's see, I don't know what this value would print out. Let me actually print it out and see out of curiosity. Okay, so I just printed it out, and it does go to 255. So if the incrementing of the reload trigger is, in our case, we're going to do just a greater than or equal to, we want to subtract 1 from the byte max. So basically, if we increment the trigger from, say, 253 to 254, this condition will be true. So that way we're not actually hitting the max technically. Just personal thing, I guess. We can probably actually do the max. I'm just kind of, part of me is for whatever reason is afraid of going over, but it doesn't really matter too much, I think. So in that case, we want to set the reload trigger to 0. So that way we're kind of resetting. So if somehow the player manages to reload the firearm they have, 254 times, they're not going to have to worry about, going over the size of a byte or an unsigned integer. Well, a uint8 in this case. Okay. So this has been kind of our part 2. And we can remove this perform reload montage print because we know we are good to go. And basically everything else is now going to be done inside of the ability. So the only thing we have to do here is perform the montage on the pawn and basically just have the reload ability, listen for, events in the montage. And that's pretty much it. And all that's going to be done right here inside of activate ability. And we simply just respond to those events. So that'll be all in this video. I'll see you in the next one. If you like what I'm doing and you want to help support me, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description below, where you can get early access to this entire series.